Hey guys, what's up? It's Heather with the Moscow, and today we are planting some more containers. So these were the containers that I used last year for the fertilizer challenge. So go back and watch that video if you want to see these containers in the previous light. But in any case, I'm going to move them. I created that bed in the front yard last year, and it has a walkway through the center of it, and I'm going to have these on either side. I probably need, next time Jason's like cutting up a tree that's fallen, him to cut like a tree trunk this big. Jason, if you're watching, I need a tree trunk this big for each one to be kind of a pedestal to hold these up, because it's down a hill and I think it just looked better if they had a little bit of height to them. But this is what we're going to do with them. I did see last year someone create a container with a bright pink, what is that I'm looking at? Geranium and some purple Supertunias, and I thought that combo was great, but I thought it could be even better. And so I picked up some red geraniums. These will want full sun, and they're just random geraniums that I could find. Water 2 to 3 times a week, blooms through the summer. So these are going to be set up on drip. They will get watered once a day, because that is also the drip that my hydrangeas are on, and they're going to need water once a day. Speaking of, I need to go over there and redo my hydrangeas. I need to plant so many things other than these containers, but here we are. These will need to be deadheaded. So as these flowers die, you need to come all the way down here and deadhead them at the base. So that is some maintenance we'll have to take care of. But look at the color combo of the red with the purple. Let me bring it up for you so you can see it. This is Supertunia Bordeaux. Not Vista, just Bordeaux with the red. Get a close-up later in the shade, because I'm sitting in the shade but the camera's in the sun. Can you see it back here? Look at that color combo. Beautiful. That is what dreams are made of. And sometimes you want things to be kind of subdued and lush looking, and sometimes you want pow color. And that particular area has no pow color. It's all subdued and lush. And so I think that this will go well. Being as these are not vistas, so that's our geranium. The other plant in here is Supertunia Bordeaux. Bordeaux has that beautiful dark throat. Beautiful, beautiful plant. It will also like full sun, like a decent amount of water, and needs to be fertilized. So this will, when I'm going and making my rounds to my Supertunia Jazzberry, I said that I would only be doing Supertunia Jazzberry, but these Bordeaux with these geraniums are just gonna be, and they're gonna be away from the house a little bit, so I think that it won't ruin my continuity. But these will need fertilizer. So they will bulk up and get pretty decent size. It says 6 to 12 inches. Maybe I should do 3. I bought 3, but I thought that might be overkill. I could just do 2. But maybe I do need to do 3 in each container. Might do 3. Oh, what does it say the spacing is? Minimum spacing 12 inches. I don't know. I might do 3. Might do 3. So anyhow, Supertunia Bordeaux and these geraniums. Like I say, these will be put on drip, and I have previously put these on drip. So this drip tube, other than needing a goof plug right here, is good to go. And then this one I found in my stack of stuff, so I thought I'd reuse it. Basically, when I'm doing drip tube on containers, I like to take a 1/4 inch drip tube black poly, hook it into my supply line, feed it through my pot before I put soil in there. And I make sure the black part comes just up to the soil line. So, you know, right here where the lip is almost. And then I do brown poly with emitter holes. Now this one is entirely too long, so I'll either just wrap it around twice, or I'll cut it and make it shorter. But that's what we're gonna do there. So let's put a goof plug on this guy for starters. I'm sitting next to the pots I just did in a previous video for my garage containers, and this is kind of the opposite of that. There's containers that are lush and beautiful and restrained, and there's containers that are just wonderful, delightful pops of color. And I like both, and so we're going for wonderful, delightful pops of color in this one here. I'm gonna go grab those other Supertunias. So let's pour good old spomer. So in these, we're gonna put the Proven Winners continuous release. And again, one of the mistakes that I've been making in previous years is not replenishing my continuous release. So every 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to be going by and applying some more. The reason for the 2 types of fertilizer, the continuous release is just that, it's a continuous release. So it releases over a slow period of time, always providing your plants nutrients. This ain't much soil, this ain't much food. It's like when you go to a restaurant and they give you a tiny plate. It's kind of what you're doing here. I do need some more of this. If I didn't have any of this, like I don't because I thought I ordered it, but it's not here apparently, I will use some Bitone starter fertilizer, just putting something in the soil to A, recharge it, and B, something that's slow release like that. On top of that, you've got your continuous release, your boom, your right now fertilizer, you know. So, you know, those are the 2 we're using. So we're gonna dig ourselves out a little hole here. It's gonna be rather tight with these plants. So that's interesting. Again, I've not grown geraniums before. This will be in full sun. So that will be fantastic. Try to get that centered as best as I can. Now we've got to shove 3 plants around the edges. We're gonna hope that they fit. I have had problems with my Supertunias in the past. I want there to be basically all blooms, little to no leaf, just a carpet of color. And I think it's because I'm not applying my fertilizer frequently enough. I've been applying my fertilizer once a week, but I think I need to apply it more than that. The back of the container says 3 times every 3rd watering. I'm gonna go to twice a week and see if that's enough, and more if I need to. And again, I have to remember to replenish my continuous release as well, because you really wanna have both on board for these plants. If you want flowers all season, if you want it to look like Disney World Flower and Garden Festival, you need to feed it. I love Disney World. It has been 5 years since I was able to go to the Flower Garden Festival. I would love to go again, but that never, you know, here's the issue with that. So I can't pull my kids out of school that many days. I'm not like fully against pulling your kids out of school for vacation, but here's, you know, you can't do it for many days. Like they do actually need to learn at school, you know, like I value attendance. I think there's a big correlation with attendance. And B, when I go to Disney, I like to go for a full 7 days because you need some downtime in the middle. So this one's potted up. Look at this. Is that not gorgeous? That's a gorgeous container right there. All right, move him over. On to the next one. So you can't, spring break. I don't know if y'all like looked at Disney during spring break, but it's a mess. Everybody and their brother's there. I think spring break and around Easter is like the only time busier is Christmas. And I ain't going, I ain't doing it. So you can't go for spring break. You can't go, you know, right when school lets out. It's Memorial Day. I'm not going for that holiday. So by the time I get to go, flower and garden is over. And that's kind of a bummer. But before Jackson was in school for his 5th birthday, we took him to Disney. And that was in March. And it was beautiful, and I have pictures, and the topiaries are beautiful. And if you can't go, at least look at it online because it'll provide you some inspiration. But definitely their goal there is maximum color and maximum interest. And, you know, they are certainly working hard to do that, and that team there is just looks phenomenal. And they have Living with the Land there, so if you are someone who loves plants, and I would assume that you are because you're watching this video, or you just think my accent's hilarious, one of the two, either is valid. It's beautiful. So then there's that. Hoping that nothing startles me today. I really need to be doing just like maintenance. I'm about to work the next 7 or 8 days in a row, most of them 12-hour days. So I will not be here to maintenance my garden. This time of year, that's a nerve-wracking prospect. I don't have my water in my production area. It is not working like I want it to, and I really need to figure that out because I got a lot of stuff back there that really needs like seedlings and things that really can't go without water, so I'm a little worried about it. So there's that. And again, these should be full sun, bloom all the time. They will need fertilizer, and these geraniums will need deadheading. I'm not usually a big purple fan, but the purple mixed with the red I think is going to be beautiful. And I do love red in the garden. Love it. It's gorgeous. I like things that pop and make a statement, so there we are. So that is gonna be it for these. I'm gonna go place these and hook them into the drip, and then I really have to get out after some maintenance chores. But anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching this one, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.